YouTube friends. I don't know if anybody's
Well, you
there,
need
but
5G. You have all this stuff going, Madison.
Ted.
I'm gonna make a wash my hands.
Hi, how's it going? Good to see you, Aaron. Liam's joining me for a minute, and then my husband's gonna take him. We're gonna make vegan peppermint patties, and hi on YouTube too, and I'm gonna get us on Facebook Live too, just so that we have more eyes on this, because this is one of my favorite recipes, and it's a super easy recipe to make, and with Easter coming up, it's a good thing to make, I think. And you don't have to feel guilty about eating it. Aaron, Cheryl's your mom? Oh, that's so sweet. Cheryl's been watching, and I love your mom. I love how this technology stuff brings us together like this. It's kind of awesome. I mean, it's not kind of awesome. It is awesome. Okay. We're getting onto Facebook, and then I'll hand Liam off to my husband, and then we can get started. So the reason I like this, this recipe, the reason, hi Facebook, hi everybody. This is Liam, if you haven't met Liam before. We've got Facebook Live going over here, YouTube Live going over here, and Instagram Live going over here. Normally I do a live Monday, Since the quarantine, the new normal has been that I've been doing a live feed every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:15 a.m. But that's proving to be a little bit too chaotic, just with me alone with the kids when my husband is working. So I moved it to 1 o'clock, which is why we're doing it now. But I think we're gonna just do it a few times a week instead of every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So what I'll do is I'll just do it on the fly. Oh, Cheryl says, hey, Liam. I'll just do it on the fly, but I'll advertise it on Facebook and on Instagram stories. I don't know if I can, I think I can advertise it on YouTube too, and I'll advertise it maybe the day before, because, you know, it's getting to be a lot with taking care of 2 little kids and doing these lives at the same time. So let me just tell everybody who just joined us, we're gonna make vegan peppermint patties, and I actually got some foils because I'm the Easter Bunny's helper. I got some foils that we can use to wrap the peppermint patties. Daddy, can you take Liam, please?
Oh, sure.
I need my hands. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what to do. Say bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. This is Ted.
Hey, guys.
Ted's if nobody's taking Ted's yoga classes yet, Ted does yoga, free yoga. We will continue to be, by the way, to do free yoga for forever. Every peppermint patties are my fave candy. Aaron, yeah, no kidding. And Tracy, hi Tracy. Aaron, you've got good taste. So anyway, Teddy McDonald goes live, McDonald, not MAC, every morning at 9 a.m. Hi Maria, hi Victoria and Valeria, unless they're sleeping. So Ted goes live every morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Coast time for an hour, and on Saturdays he goes for an hour and a half, and it's amazing. There's about 50 people so far who have been joining in, and it's really incredible, so I highly advise you going to do that. But let's make some peppermint patties first, so why don't I just stop talking. So I need my measurement cup, just half scoop. So if you don't have macadamia nuts, my hubby and I have done his yoga every day with him for the last month, and we love it. Oh, hey there, face here. What's your name? Tell me your name, and I'll tell Ted that you've been doing it. Okay, Scott Morgan. Hey, Scott Morgan and Jennifer, how's it going? And the kids, if they're there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna need a food processor. Let me see. I should spin you guys around. Food processor. Can you see it? There you go. And there you go. Faith. Ted, Faith and her husband have been watching you and doing yoga with you every morning at 9 a.m.
Thank you so much.
He says, thank you so much, Faith. It's really great. I added that last part. It's really great to have you.
It is.
He means it. Okay. So we're gonna start with 1/2 cup of unsalted macadamia nuts. If you don't want to use nuts or you don't have them, macadamia nuts are a little bit expensive, so I understand. It's okay, you can just use extra coconut, or you can, you know, I've never tried it before, but you could use blanched almonds or maybe some cashews if you wanted to. I'm actually not even gonna measure this because this is all I have left anyway. This is hopefully a half a cup of unsweetened, oh, that one fell on the floor. Unsweetened macadamia nuts, sorry, that's really loud. Okay. Then I get unsweetened shredded coconut, okay? And we're gonna need a cup of that. So if you don't use the nuts, then just go ahead and do a cup and a half of unsweetened coconut. I don't think there's enough in this bag, but let's see. If you wanna be less messy, you can pour it over the food processor and then you don't have to worry about cleaning up too much after. Yeah, so I need a little bit more. So I'm going to open up a new bag of this. I always have these ingredients on hand. So Megan, hey Megan, nice to see you. We're making peppermint patties. Okay, so now this is a cup of unsweetened shredded coconut, okay? This is Bob's Red Mill, obviously, but you can also get it. I think Sprouts has their own brand. I usually get that, but I haven't exactly been grocery shopping lately. I used to grocery shop like 3 times a week. It's one of my favorite things to do, but not these days. Okay, so now we're gonna add some coconut oil. If you don't already know the secret, we use a lot of coconut oil in this house, so I get it organic from Costco. You brave Costco these days. It's a little crazy. Jax is gonna love them. Oh, Jax, how are you guys doing? How's Jax doing? Is he there? Hi, Jax, if you are. Okay, so 2 tablespoons and at room temperature of coconut oil. I'm gonna put this in the food processor as well. I like coconut oil. I think it's a nice, good fat. I know the jury's out on it because it's a saturated fat, but it has a lot of other qualities that make it a good fat in my humble opinion, but to each their own. To each their own. Okay? All right. Put this aside. Let me just make sure I'm getting everybody's needs met. Hey Lily, good to see you. Yay! We're making vegan peppermint patties for anybody who's just joining us. Okay. All right, so I've already got a half a cup of unsweetened macadamia nuts in this food processor. I've got a cup. Hey, how's it going, Adriana? I've got a cup of unsweetened shredded coconut. For those of you who missed it and don't want to use nuts, you can just use an extra half cup of unsweetened coconut. And we just put 2 teaspoons of coconut oil, not tablespoons. And then we need a pinch of salt. If you don't know, now you know. Salt brings out the dominant flavor. That is why you have it in everything. Erica J, what's happening, girl? I hear you singing. My friend Erica, who just joined, is a ridiculous, talented singer. So Erica, you should do some live concerts like D Nice. Why don't you do it? I'm just saying. Anyway, we're gonna add a pinch of salt because it's gonna help bring out the peppermint flavor. Okay? Okay, now we need, let's do a tablespoon of maple syrup as our sweetener. If you don't have maple syrup, I would say use a tablespoon of honey. And I'm just gonna guesstimate here. That's about a tablespoon. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands off because now my hands are sticky. Now what do we need? The juice of half a lemon. If you don't have the juice of half a lemon, that's fine. You can maybe try to mix it without the lemon juice or put like a touch of water. Now I don't want any seeds in there, but I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna use my hand. And I don't actually think, this is a really juicy lemon, so I'm not gonna put half a lemon. I'm just gonna put, it worked out to maybe like 1/4 teaspoon of lemon juice. So I don't want the lemon flavor to overpower. And now we're gonna add our peppermint extract. So I actually usually use sage. My husband's making Liam giggle, and baby giggles are the best. So I usually use sage, natural wellness, essential oil, peppermint oil, but I've used it so much that it's gone and I forgot about that. So I'm using pure peppermint extract here. If I was going to use, hey Amy and the boys, I love you and I miss you too. Good to see you. We're making peppermint patties. Join us. I'll do a recap of the ingredients at the end, and maybe in the comments later I'll put the actual recipe so you can come back to it. And I actually think I've made this on my YouTube channel, so the cooking video might already be up for you to watch. Oh, I love peppermint. Okay, so I can't really do drops here because in the original recipe I put 10 to 12 drops of essential oils. The essential peppermint oil is not as potent as this stuff. So why don't we just experiment, and I'm gonna put what would be the equivalent of like 4 drops. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna put a little more. So you're really gonna use your nose here to tell you if this is pepperminty enough. It's pretty technical, I know. Okay, let's try this. So what we're looking for is a paste. Be right back. Okay. What we're looking for is a paste because if you remember peppermint patties that we get in the store, they're in these little medallions. So we want to be able to mold these little medallions. Can you see what's happening in here? You can kind of see that. No, you can't. See that? Yeah, it's probably dangerous. I don't recommend lifting that. It's food processing operation. So, but for the sake of showing you. Okay. Oh, that's pepperminty enough. Okay, we got enough peppermint. So add a little bit of peppermint at the beginning. Smell it to make sure that it's pepperminty enough. If it's not, add more. But if you add too much, then it's too pepperminty. In my opinion, this is not too pepperminty. Now what I want to do is I want to test. Oh yeah, this is good. So I'm testing this to make sure that it's actually going to stay together. And it is, because I need to make my medallions. So let's take this off. Move this out of the way. Excuse me, water. Excuse me. I need a bigger kitchen. I'm just saying. Okay, let me wash my hands. Now what you're going to do is we're going to make our medallions, our little peppermint patties. I don't know why I'm calling them medallions, but I want to maximize my time here. So I've got a pot and I need to make a double boiler. So I'm going to put about an inch and a half of water in this pot and bring it to a boil so that I can melt down some chocolate, because if you remember correctly, peppermint patties are covered in chocolate. So we're going to melt this down, and I'll show you later, but you're also going to grab a metal bowl or a glass bowl so that you can melt down your chocolate. You're not going to melt down the chocolate directly in the pan because you will burn the chocolate, okay? You have to have a barrier between the actual direct heat and the chocolate, otherwise it's no bueno. Okay, so grab yourself a sheet pan. Okay, I'm gonna make sure everybody can see me. So why don't I make some space and make this. Ooh, sorry, up close, no makeup. Woo. Okay, Facebook friends. Really? I don't know how I can get you guys to see that, but I promise that I will show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it, okay? Let me move the lemon. Okay, so you're gonna want to line your sheet pan with parchment paper. Or in this case, you could use foil if you don't have parchment paper, or you could use wax paper. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use wax paper because you can't bake with wax paper, and I use wax paper to bake, and I don't want to waste it. So we're not gonna be baking these. Okay, so just line the sheet pan with wax paper or foil and set it aside. And then you're gonna need a tablespoon measurement if you want to be exact. Okay, take the blade out. Hi, Wondersprung. Guys, Jared Leto started a live video, but I think this is better. Just my humble opinion. Okay. I hope
was talking
everybody's...
about his time before quarantine.
Who is?
Jared Leto. He was on some like meditation or something like this for... I'm interrupting the program. Jared Leto was on some crazy meditation experience for 10 days, came back, and then all hell broke loose. So there was COVID-19. He didn't know anything about it until he got back and seeing the news.
That's funny. Oprah, I'm doing they have a free hope meditation right now, which is really good, by the way. And on one of them, she said, I would ask God for strength, and then the year that I asked him for so much strength, please be careful with his head. She said she had like a harrowing situation after harrowing situation, so she stopped asking for strength and she just accepted what was happening in her life. It's like, yeah. So maybe Jared Leto asked for inner peace or something, and he got this. Okay. Hey, bowl, hey. Okay, that water's come to a boil. I'm going to deal with you in just a second. First, we're going to make our medallions. How many times did I say that? Okay, so I'm going to take a teaspoon measurement. See, my friends. Okay, and I'm going to squish it down and then scoop it out. Make a little ball, and then push it down like a patty. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. I'm so excited. Okay, patty, you can see that. See that by my friends on YouTube? See that, my Instagram friends? Okay. Now, you continue until all of your dough is done. So the other thing I want to tell you that you can do, let me just make this patty. What we have to do is we just have to make these patties, and we have to put them in the freezer before we actually cover them with chocolate, because if you try to cover these with chocolate before you put them in the freezer, it's just going to fall all over the place and you're just going to end up frustrated. So you don't want to do that. You want to put them in the freezer to set so they're easy to work with, because you're eventually going to take some tongs and you're going to pick them up, drop them in this melted chocolate that we're about to melt down, and you want them to hold together, right? I call everything medallions too fancier. Yes, Lily, yes. I love it. Okay. I don't know who's doing this with me in real time, but I apologize for this taking a little bit long. That's the thing with live videos. I'm used to doing cooking videos that I edit so you don't see all the dead silence in between, and usually I put makeup on, and somebody is joined. Our friend Liam. Okay, so far I've got 6 medallions.
They smell good too.
Well, they're peppermint.
They smell good, huh?
So they're fantastic. Okay, so I don't know if you guys caught this on Monday, but on Monday I did a show. Is that what this is? A show? I did a live feed and we made almond butter cups. So you can also turn these into almond butter cups if you want to. So I think it's still up on YouTube if you want to check it out. And it might still be up on Facebook as well. And instead of putting almond butter in the cup, you can put this filling in the cup. So that's kind of a fun idea. Okay, we're almost done. Madison had an apple and almond butter for lunch. She didn't want anything else for lunch. And we had chocolate brownies this morning. However, in my defense, they're chocolate brownies made from black beans. So they're healthy, right, Madison? Yeah. If you guys don't know about black bean brownies made without refined sugar and with black beans, then you're going to want to check that out. If you want me to send you the recipe that I use, just comment and I will do it, because they were fantastic, and you can have brownies for breakfast and not even feel guilty about it. I have zero guilt, and I'm the mom who does not let my children have chocolate unless it's the weekend and unless it's refined free. Okay, I've got all my medallions. I'm going to show you guys on Instagram. You got a good view, but on YouTube and Facebook you don't. So let me hold this up for you to see. Probably should have used a smaller pan so that it fits in the freezer. So I'm going to swap out pans. Okay, YouTube, see, Instagram, Facebook, okay. This is Love Black Bean Brownies and Cookies. Yum. Yes, Amy, yes. And Spencer, yes, I've got lots of special helpers in the back. Let me see if this fits in the freezer. Oh, score. Okay, I'm just gonna bring this to a boil again. So we're moving on to step 2. We've got our patties made. That's done. That did not take very long. And for all of you mamas watching out there, for anybody watching, okay, calm down, simmer down. For all of you mothers or people who are health conscious out there, no bad ingredients in there. The sweetener is maple syrup. That's awesome. Okay, so the next step is to grab your chocolate. So my usual typical favorite chocolate is either Choco Love, 88%. Love it. What are you having?
Daddy's chocolate bar.
Daddy's chocolate bar? You're having a lot of chocolate today. That is a lucky girl. So I usually use Choco Love, 88%, or Green and Black's 85%. I love those ones, but I can't find them right now. So I'm using this 85% Valrhona one from Trader Joe's, okay? Just a single bar. If you're doubling the recipe, do another bar of chocolate, of course. So open up the bar.
I'm cold.
You're cold? Get your aggression out and break up the bar into little-ish pieces. Okay. And then, so let me turn you so you can see. You guys on Instagram can see. Now YouTube and now my Facebook friends. Can you see? Let's see. What is the point if you can't see? All right. So I brought an inch and a half of water to a boil. Now I'm going to take a bowl that fits directly over top, metal or glass, but the bowl cannot touch the water. If the bowl is touching the water, you risk scalding the chocolate, and then you'll get burnt chocolate, and that's no bueno, okay? Consider yourself warned. This isn't small enough for me, so I'm gonna break that down a little bit more. I probably should have chopped this, but I'm just being lazy right now, so it's fine. Okay, get some more. Wow, that was embarrassing. I can't even break the chocolate. Here we go. Okay, so it's already melting. The flame is off. This is very important. You don't want to use the double boiler while the flame is still on, especially if you have a gas stove like I do, because the flame will come up on the sides. You could burn yourself. You'll definitely burn the chocolate. It's just not a good idea. Okay, now grab a spoon, preferably a metal spoon, and you want to help this along, and you just want to stir it. There could be Facebook friends. Let me see. You see me now? Yeah. Okay, so there could be a tendency to want to hurry this process up, but you just have to let it melt in its own time. Okay. We are not, if you watched on Monday, we tempered the chocolate. We are actually not going to temper this chocolate because I just want this to be easy for you. But if you don't know, tempering chocolate is a way to bring the chocolate to a proper temperature, and every chocolate has a very specific temperature that it needs to be tempered to. Dark chocolate is different than milk chocolate, and it's different than white chocolate. I don't bother with that because I'm not a chocolatier and I'm not trying to sell these chocolates as chocolates. It's just for me and my family. So that's not as important to me. But the reason you would temper chocolate is so that when you bite into it, it's a nice crisp bite instead of soft and maybe almost chewy. And I know that sounds like that would be a good thing, but it's actually not a good thing. You want the chocolate to have a nice crispness to it. And then also, if you've ever opened up a chocolate bar and it's had that like white film on top of it, that's called bloom. And that is another indication either that the chocolate's really old or that it wasn't tempered properly. And then if you want the chocolate to be nice and shiny instead of dull, that's also why you would temper chocolate. So you can temper chocolate in the microwave. You can temper chocolate on a big slab of marble like they do in the Lindt chocolate factories and other chocolatiers factories. They just dump it on marble and they just go nuts with it until it gets to the right temperature. And these are seasoned chocolatiers, so they can do it. Or you can do what we're doing, which is to melt it in a double boiler. You can take a thermometer and test test the temperature according to what it's supposed to be at, and then you throw in some room temperature chocolate after it's all melted with the thermometer in it, and it's just like a whole big process. That's just way too complicated. I don't want to complicate anybody's life here. I just want you to have peppermint patties. Okay? So that's why we're just gonna not bother with tempering. Okay, does anybody need any? Spencer, they look great. I'm excited to try this. Could you send me your black bean brownies? I'd love to try them. Yes, Spencer, I totally can. Okay, this chocolate is starting, it's almost melted. Almost melted. Does anybody have a good joke to tell?
You okay?
Anybody? Somebody told a joke, a knock-knock joke the other day, but... Oh, have you guys been watching Jimmy Fallon? He told a knock-knock joke with his kids. He held out his hand, and he had his daughter put her hand on his and say, "Wing, wing." So she did it, and he picked it up, and he said, "Hello." I thought that was funny. Cheesy, cute, funny. But we need that kind of humor right now, okay? Or maybe it's just me. All right, so at this point, I'm looking at the chocolate. It's almost melted. I probably could add another bar. If you have more chocolate, it's going to make your life easier when you dip the patties into the chocolate, because the deeper it is, the easier it is. However, I don't want to waste that chocolate bar. So, and since I'm not selling these to the general public like I used to, I'm just going to make messy patties that maybe won't be totally covered. So you can do this in two ways, and I'll show you. I'll show this to you. We're almost done. You're going to take the patty and you're going to dip it in the chocolate and cover the whole thing. Or you can just take your chocolate. Look at this melted chocolate. I like a chocolatier. You can take your chocolate and drizzle it over top of the medallions and make a fun little drizzle pattern. So that's the two things that you can do. And that's especially good for somebody who's like, I'm not super into chocolate. If that's you, I don't understand you. I love you, but I don't understand you because chocolate is amazing. But I do get it that some people don't love chocolate. So that might be a better option for you, is to just do a nice chocolate drizzle instead of dipping it all in the chocolate. Okay, we're almost ready. And just for the sake of respecting your time, I'm going to take the patties out before they're actually set to show you what we're going to do. So if they fall apart, just know that it's because they're not going to be totally set yet, because I want to show you how to do it so that you can all get back to your busy quarantine homeschool lives. Does anybody get to read or nap or watch TV? What's that like? I have two kids under 5, so I don't know what that's like. That would be so fabulous. Okay, this is done. Can you see this? Can you see? Can you see? Oh, yes. Okay. So, we've got our melted chocolate. Please don't fall in, Spoon. Thank you. So I'm going to take out my patties early so I can show you what to do. Okay? Actually, they're pretty set. They're pretty set. Now, to make your life easier, you probably do want to get some tongs. Yeah, you can kind of see that. All right. I have some little ones, so I'm going to get some little ones. We are moments away from peppermint patties. Moments away. All right. So, Facebook, I'm so sorry that you have to look at my face and not the chocolate. It's just, I don't have another device to put you on, and so I'm using my desktop, and it's a big giant Mac, and I can't bend it down, so I'm so sorry. All right, take your patty, take your patty, take your patty, take your tongs, dip it in your chocolate. Okay, make sure it's all covered. Shake it off. Okay, shake it off. Shake off the excess chocolate. There you go. And then set it down. That is it. So you can do that, or as I was saying, you can take one and you can just do like a little chocolate drizzle. You keep it down on the what is this? It's a pan. Oh boy, I need to sleep. Okay, and then you drizzle the chocolate like this. So that's another option. That's not my jam, because as I said, I like chocolate a lot. So I'm gonna dip all of these in my chocolate, and that's it. Then I'm gonna let these set in the freezer, but I'm gonna let them live in the fridge. I don't want them to live in the freezer because otherwise you're gonna break your teeth trying to have these peppermint patties. However, before I let you go, I just want to show you what I'm gonna actually do, because I'm the Easter Bunny's helper. I've got these foils. So when they're set, I'm gonna wrap them all. Peppermint patties, so meant to me. Pépère brought me some when I had the lumps. Oh, that's so sweet. I know, they're the best. Okay, so I'm gonna take my patties and I'm gonna wrap them in foil so that we can have them at Easter, and it'll be like we got them from the store, only we didn't. We made them from scratch. They're super healthy. They're really good, and I'm not gonna wait until Sunday to have one. I'm gonna have one in about 5 minutes before I have lunch, because that's how I roll these days. You guys, does anybody have any questions before I go? I'm just gonna wash my hands. I'll leave the recipe for you in the comments. But like I said, the video will be on replay on my YouTube channel, and it'll be on Facebook. And there is video of me doing it on my, I did say YouTube. Okay, that's it. Never mind. I said YouTube and I said Facebook. I don't think it'll live on Instagram for longer than 24 hours. Say two. Anybody else have anything? They look great. I'm excited to try this. Oh, I'm excited. I'm one step behind you, but catching up. Oh, Scott Morgan, can you send me a picture when you're done? I cannot wait. And then tell me what you think of them after you try them. Okay, guys, look out for my advertising in Look out for me telling you when I'm going to go live again so that you can join me, because there's lots of fun things to do in the kitchen. And sometimes I'm just going to go on a whim when I'm making dinner or something. So just watch out for it. And if you have any special requests, please let me know. Okay? I'm going to say goodbye now on 3 things. So I apologize for me going like this a few times before I actually leave. Okay? Bye everybody on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye Scott, bye Amy, bye Lily, bye Spencer, and anybody else who tunes in. Okay? Okay, we're off on Facebook. YouTube, Maria, Valeria, Victoria, Esteban, if you're watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, just text me.
Bye.
Bye.